Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney with Vicky Hodgkin.
Hiya.
Hiya.
So, I thought I'd played this game years ago in the 90s, because I'm older than,
You.
I don't know, probably everyone on here.
Because I'm older than you.
But he says that this is the first one, and I'm guessing from the date there it's 2001, which, I mean, is pretty close to the 90s. But I want him to look it up because
We need to look up what year Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney
No, I
came
said
out.
just the first Ace Attorney.
That is, I think
This
that's
is the first
one.
one.
Yeah, this is the first one.
Look up what the first one is.
Okay. And after that, should I check that the volume is correct for your voice?
Yeah, you should check.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't really
2001.
So what's the
So
game?
the interesting thing is that this came out in Japan in 2001, but it wasn't released here until 2005. So
Right, I don't like starting this off being wrong.
Okay, well, let's start it off with a
There must be
fact.
another game. Look up another game that was...
Okay.
Something isn't right about this. It's not that I'm wrong. Something is.
I think you must have been
else is wrong.
confused with probably one of the Rob Gilbert games, like the Monkey Island games. Is that what you're thinking
I
of?
know Monkey Island.
What was Phoenix Wright inspired by?
Is there not just Ace Attorney, not Phoenix Wright?
No, are you thinking of like Western mystery fiction, like
Just
Perry
look up
Mason
Ace Attorney and see if there were some other Ace Attorney games before 2005 in the UK.
And then we'll check to see.
Otherwise, I'm not carrying on.
We're gonna quit here.
I refuse.
Ace Attorney first game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, holy shit! First game came out in '94.
Okay. Eat shit.
Yeah, so you were right.
Hang on, are you lying to
No,
make me
you were
continue
right.
this?
And then we're gonna carry on.
No, you're lying.
We're playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Hang on.
The second
No.
game in the series.
Oh.
First one came out on the SNES in 1994. Can you guys believe it? Let's check if Vicky's volume is okay.
Vicky's feelings aren't.
Alright, do you want to do a little bit of talking so that I've got something to work with?
What do you want me to talk about in
That's fine.
in this test of volume?
Yeah.
Because before, when he set up the mic, it was touching my lips, which felt intrusive. And like it wouldn't sound good because rubbing against my lips would make a noise. I don't understand why you thought that was the perfect setup.
It's perfect. You sound beautiful. Oh no, look at that.
What?
Oh, it's not that type of gasp. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Solved it. August the 3rd, 9:47 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
So I'll be Phoenix.
Off you go.
Boy, am I nervous.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Oh, hiya, Chief.
Whew. I'm glad I made it on time.
Why she got like a Ouija board thing around her neck?
It looks like that, doesn't it? Like the thing that you all hold.
Yeah.
Well-
And she's wearing like a leather corset.
She is. I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favour?
Doesn't that have a conflict of interests?
It kind of does, yeah. You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes. Another conflict of interest. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can.
Regardless of whether he's innocent or guilty. By any means, I will get him off this case.
I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Huh? Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him.
Death, despair. Oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die.
Oh, he's just playing a video game. Yeah.
Nick!
Hey there, Larry. Love your eyes.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence.
Is that sweat or tea?
I think it's probably both. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh. It's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
I thought it was a woman that was murdered. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. I should have done it in like a LA
Noir kind of thing. Yeah. You still can. You can switch.
No, it's too late.
It's too late. Go on then.
My first case is a fairly simple one.
I always try and keep the main protagonist kind of neutral and not something that's going to hurt my voice too much.
Maybe I should make him American.
Maybe.
I can't really. I'll make him Yorkshire.
Yeah, go on then.
No.
Oh, okay.
A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. That's a weird way of wording it. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying. When something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true.
Nobody liked him, and they frequently bullied him.
He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. And a stinky butt. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case. To clear his name. Not because he's like your best mate. I owe him one. That's weird. And that's just what I'm going to do.
I owe him for all the times I bully him. I feel bad, you see.
You ever get an itchy nose? Like on the outside of your nose, but nothing you do quenches that itch.
You gotta go in.
No, it's not inside my nose. It's on the outside. It's like there's a little hair on it. Can you hear me rub my nose?
I can hear it.
Can you?
I can, yeah.
That's funny.
Quite
I've only
loud.
got a little nose, everyone.
August the 3rd, 10 a.m, District Court, Courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honour. I'm a little nervous.
Apart from the previous game in 1994.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. So, hang on, if we end up accidentally killing our client with this murder charge, how is the rest of the game going to pan out?
Well, do you want me to answer that?
No.
No?
Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. So, thank you, Your Honour. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Let's see if you know how to work the Xbox controller. What? Never mind.
Yes, Your Honour. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
It's me, of course.
It's Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honour. Correct! Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine.
With questions like this that are easy to answer.
Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. But I read the case report cover to cover so many times.
You'd hope they would know that.
Oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Doesn't know his best friend's girlfriend.
He doesn't.
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. It's Victim McVicto.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the tab to check it at any time, okay? The tab? It means this? Okay, profiles.
Hang on, how old's Larry?
23, 22. Yeah, it's okay.
Who's that guy?
That's the
prosecutor. He lacks presence.
Generally bad at getting his points across. Okay, Cindy Stone. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Who was it? Do you remember?
Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct! Our dogs are here and Bilbo doesn't like the judge's voice. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object.
Correctamundo.
She was struck once by a blunt object. The judge is, rubbing off on me. Correct! You've answered it. Imagine if that was just it. You're ready now. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Treating.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Because
I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Treating all the barristers like they're children. Who is it you're defending? And who is the victim?
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honour.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the tab to check the court record frequently.
Or I'll get a migraine. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Toilet break. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case.
Why have you suddenly gone Yorkshire?
You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
You could get a boner. Ahem! Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die? That's what I was thinking.
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls, or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honour, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record.
Well, who did she go to Paris with? Indeed! She appears to have returned the day before the murder!
Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Oh, delightful.
Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Sounds like Payne is a bit of an insult.
Dude. You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Yes, he is an incel.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Why am I friends with this guy? Should I?
Wait and see what happens, or stop him from answering? I think we've got to do this.
Oh.
You want to see what
My client, I wanted to wait, yeah. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. I mean, it's not. It gives a motive.
Oof. Oh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I met her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy. See, you shouldn't have stopped him. You didn't even give me a chance to give my opinion before you pressed the button.
I'll make sure I scout your opinion.
I'm gonna disbar you. This is so not looking good. Was Phoenix like a surfer boy?
Is he a surfer boy? He could be. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Ugh. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Why's his voice changed? Uh-oh, he went. Why wouldn't have I asked him this beforehand?
Have him answer honestly or stop him from answering.
Answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. truth!
Yeah. I was there, I went.
Oh, God, you went there. You murdered her. Order! Sorry, I hope that didn't wreck the microphone. Well, Mr. Butts!
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. Objection! Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
He can't lie. I told him to tell the truth. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body.
Oh, we mean the murderer.
Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Oh my God, he murdered her. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sowett to the stand.
Oh, it's the murderer.
Mr. Sowett, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Do you want to take over, Sowett?
Oh, yes! Newspapers, yes! Mr. Sowett, you may proceed with your testimony. Please, tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Okay.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead, wrapped in plastic. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Thought you couldn't go inside, you dickhead.
Yeah, there seems to be a contradiction.
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Just knock next door. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. I hadn't finished humming.
Well, you can still carry on.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
I want to peruse it!
Blackout record added to the court record.
Now, Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination! Cross-examination, Your Honor? Am I like an idiot?
All right, this is it, the real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony.
Well, why would he have lied?
Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testament to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there.
There are lots.
First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Literally. Okay.
Open the court record with the tab. This is the third time I've told you now. Then point out contradictions in the testimony. This guy's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right. So, should we have a look at what we have?
So, there is no power.
Yeah.
So, it was dark. How did he know that the man fleeing the apartment was him? But, that might not be relevant.
It might be, though.
4 to 5. And he said, what time was it when he went to the phone?
1 o'clock. So, that's before. So that's definitely something we can bring. So maybe we should go to that point and do that.
Okay.
So going to door. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him.
Next.
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw a line there.
Hang on, he couldn't go inside. That's a contradiction.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, there's no evidence.
We don't have evidence to contradict that.
Phone call.
Well, we might have it.
Whatever.
Later. It might give us an opportunity to, but yeah, so remember that just in case.
Oh, I'll remember.
The phone number, yeah. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone.
There you go.
Here.
Contradiction!
Peaked profile microphones. Present. Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
And I don't give a damn.
Your statement directly contradicts your autopsy report. The autopsy notes... The autopsy? Sorry, it just sounds weird. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Oh, I've changed his voice. Mr. Showit! Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Because the electricity turned off at 1 p.m. and the clock said what?
Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and the whole story falls apart. Fade to black.
Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? How many goes does he get?
Alright, Chandler. Would you care to give your testimony again?
He's dead, Gareth. That's not funny.
It is. It's not funny. The character's not. The character will live forever. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Can't stop moving my shoulders. I see you had a voice saying the time on a taped program. That's really easy to check. Was there a tape playing? Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right.
Oh my god, stop.
You know what to do. I've got
this one. Objection!
Alright. Okay, so we can
You
just...
see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Ah, no, you've gone back.
Was he... Oh.
Uh,
Oh, yes, yeah, that's right. So we're saying...
the
This one?
electricity? Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it.
There was probably a man in there.
You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Ah! Well, look! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowit? We will give you multiple goes at getting this right. No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Ah! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. Oh, hang on. Wrong person. And you seem rather distraught.
Sorry, I was doing an impression of you. That was highly inappropriate.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Here we go. Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
The murder weapon wasn't a clock.
It was a statue. That must have been what I saw. Also, he didn't go in the apartment.
Yeah, he said he didn't go in, didn't he?
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Why would the clock say 1 o'clock, though, if it wasn't 1 o'clock? The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly.
Alright, so what we're going to do... What are we going to do with this guy, eh? Right, what evidence do we have?
Hang on, go back.
This is the... We know
Oh,
this
it is a
the...
clock. Is that thing a clock?
It says a statue, it doesn't say clock, does it? You think the little black bar's a clock? But if he wasn't the murderer, how would he know if he didn't get that close to it? Because it just says it's a statue. So that's what we should do. Go to it and say, hey, yeah, the murder weapon. Here we go. And we go, no, this is the murder weapon. Have that.
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Why, I have a good mind to murder you just like I did that woman. Oh my god. Just answer the question, Mr. Sowit.
Give me that clock.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
Well, he wouldn't know that, would he?
Exactly, we got him. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all.
Oh, and because...
It tilts.
Yeah, but
Which means
the
it was
reason
when
why
he
it
was
was the wrong
sitting.
time is because she was away on... Didn't she go on holiday?
Yeah.
So it was a different time? Just that she hadn't changed the clock?
I thought it was because it tilted when he was murdering her. Anyway, go on.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
Case closed.
Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yes.
No.
Your Honour, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony.
Pardon
the only way
pun.
he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction.
Contradiction!
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he
Went into the apartment.
You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Liar!
Oh, yeah? Prove it! Prove it I went in there! I mean, kind of just did. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one that killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Oh my God, he's killed her.
Can't believe it. Okay.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. It seems that the police did not investigate this crime, and now we solve them in this courtroom.
And treated like they didn't investigate it at all.
Yes, Your Honour. Mr. Sowett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Objection! But what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Huh. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate?
Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never! Look, the clock, I had, no, I mean, I saw, Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and he should burn! Give him death, burn him!
Oh, maybe we should burn him up.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honour, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defence's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honour?
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock? Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honour, the sound Mr. Sowett heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply...
Ask the neighbours.
What? I guess try sounding the clock?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's sound the clock now, here, in this court.
Oh, and we'll see how out the clock is.
Your Honour, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Beep.
I think it's 8:25
because it's the thinker.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Most strange thing that's happened in this court case so far.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
I love it.
So,
I
you've
want a
heard the
like
clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
that. What are your confusions?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Showett heard and the actual time of death.
So, Mr.
Oh, no. It's because he went on the screen.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Showett. Now you've ripped your wig off. Try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing!
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
Why, it seemed like that clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case!
So there.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close.
Mr. Wright? It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Oh, so we should have picked batteries.
No, I think we're going to
Yes,
be able to
Your
come up
Honour.
with a thing.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Showett.
What a cliffhanger.
So should we have picked batteries?
I don't know, but we're going to have to find out next time on Borderline Games.
What, is it over?
It's over now.
But we've hardly played.
I know, but we're going to be back next time on Borderline Games.